radio. Shout it.
Now, I mean, but can we go through some of the history with some of these legends that you done worked with, man? I mean, like 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah,
Coming
for
out of
sure.
Tennessee with it, man, and being able to get down with 3-6. I mean, songs like Memphis and having that cameo where you went all the way up through there on that. What was that like for you, man?
Oh man, that was everything in a sense, not just for me, but for the city, the state of Tennessee. That whole feat, one of the biggest features that I've done in my career. Salute to 3-6 Paul, you know what I'm saying, Juicy, A-Ball and MJG. Those dudes, they play a part and raised me. I
Mhm.
got to get an utmost respect and honor to Scarface when it come to me in my career, because honestly, he the guidance from since I was at a youth to now. You know, Scarface has always been like the one behind Book that's really always gave me the game, and even up to now. So y'all keep him in y'all prayers with what he going through and stuff like that. But and Jay, salute to Jay Prince, you know, that whole, you know what I'm saying, family down through that way had embraced me before I became an artist of G Unit. I was in the streets running and just looking for a way. It led me to kind of rotating with a lot of different guys. Rest in peace to Pimp C, but those was the first guys I ever met, him and Bun,
Yeah.
as a real youngster in the game trying to get on. And, you know, they gave me game to stick to me to this day. You know, I was excited about being able to come across Pimp and Bun, knowing who they were. And they was like, man, you dope with this shit, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't nothing we can really do with you right now. And I'm like, why? And then he was like, you know, honestly, Buck, we're going through it ourselves. I can't ask you to come starve. And I respected it from that moment. And those happen to be some of the realest dudes in my life to this very day. Rest in peace to Pimp, salute to Bun, because, you know, they basically were saying, yeah, we can rock with you, but before I sell you a dream, man, I'm gonna show you the way to go get it. So I kind of picked up that hustle through Pimp and knew to get out here, which led me to running into Baby Brian Williams at a young age. You know what I'm saying? And shit, man, like I say, it was points of times. Baby be dropping Lil Wayne and Turk off his school. I'm riding around with him in the NO doing what I do with him, you feel me? And BG and Juvie. See, I come from a whole different cloth, and I'm an open book, so it's like my story hasn't been told by far. I feel like damn near brand new artist right now at this point. You feel me?
Yeah.
And to a lot of them, they consider me a legend and things like that. It's hard for me to grasp to that because I don't feel like I've touched that status, but I realize where a lot of it come from is just the success of the G Unit happened so fast and it was so much. But technically, man, I only done put out 2 solo projects internationally my whole career. They both multi-platinum, but still, I got a lot more to do, a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? So all my hurdles and roadblocks and shit is out the way now. So I'm trying to get to it in a real way. And I just want to make sure that these artists stay consistent, you know, not relying on 1 or 2 records, because them days over with when you got an individual like me that's going to push this music to these streets, you know, from top to bottom where they can put it in and 1 through 7 or 1 through 10 or 1 through 12, you know what I'm saying? I just want the artists to let's lay into the art a lot more, and nothing wrong with nothing that's going on with the industry or none of the music that the youngsters making. I'm not one to get on here and hate for on none of that shit. I like a lot of this shit. I don't give a fuck if they, you know, not as lyrical. A lot of people like to down man, that shit ain't rap or whatever. That shit bumping. You know, that's how I look at it. A lot of these youngsters' music, I just say, you know, let's keep on pushing the line, keep being creative as much as possible, because you know who you know can get you here, but what you know will determine how long you stay right here dead.
Facts. But when you speak about Pimp C, though, man, can you speak to your relationship with him and the game that he laid down on you back in the day?
Oh man, I mean, I spent so much of my life around Pimp that it's just so much I picked up. One of the things I've always learned about Pimp is independence. You know what I'm saying? He was very, very uh, driven about ownership. You know what I'm saying? He believed in getting in. He wanted to always let me understand to own as much as possible of your career, period. Not just your masters, but own your career, own what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he was very business minded as well as what we hear on the mic. He had the business to go along with it. And he just used to always encourage me to you know, be strategic with my moves that I make. You know what I'm saying? Around those times, we were getting a lot of East Coast love. And it was one of those times back then, when I say East Coast love, it was kind of hard for Southern artists, a lot of artists that kind of get their music broke up that way. Mm-hmm. So when you had an artist like myself that come from the South, born and raised, and, you know, done lived half of my life throughout LA and half of my life throughout New Orleans, and then back and forth throughout New York, you create a book. And it's like a mixture of everything in a sense. So there really wasn't no one sound that I can say that I do. I kind of fuck with all ends of the music. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's the South, from where I'm from, the roots of where I am at. And even in the beginning of my career, before I became a part of G Unit, I experienced that struggle of trying to be heard and break through a market where we were kind of like being judged, you know what I'm saying, at certain levels, at certain artists. And, you know, I found myself becoming a full brother to a group of individuals I never spent a day in my life with growing up. Mm-hmm. That happened to be from an area where it was even hard for a Southern artist to even break through, mm-hmm. and became a part of a group with these dudes to sell millions and millions of records. So what I done is not only took some of the game that Pimp gave me, but I did it for the South, truly. I took what Pimp was giving me and showing and watching him trying to break these walls and molds down to get us heard. Yeah. And I found myself having opportunity in that position of being amongst, you know, some dudes that come from the same environment. And I did exactly like what I did. I took so much advantage of the opportunity. That's why I'm right now where I'm at. Mm-hmm. But if I could even rewind one thing out of my whole career of G Unit and getting to where I'm at now that I would do different, the same energy that I put off into the opportunity, mm-hmm. I would put that same energy into the business. I mean, I wouldn't have probably went through a lot of this shit, but I'm from the streets, G, and the opportunity was everything. I'm trying my best not to go to jail. I had a lot going on in the streets at the time, of opportunity for me. So I did what I did, and I'm doing what I'm doing. And, you know, I appreciate the streets just staying in tune. Like I say, very seldom do you see individuals go through what I've been through and still be here giving you good music, or even in one piece. A lot of these niggas would have blown their brains out a long time ago. You know, I didn't go to the penitentiary before I became a millionaire. I went to the penitentiary as a millionaire and a celebrity. And I didn't go see PC or protective custody or whatever they do. You know, I do it the real way, homie. So it's like when I found myself even in the worst positions in my life, and that's what I consider one of them. Of course, it ain't time to, you know, switch now. You know what I'm saying? Let's walk this yard. And it's exactly what I done. So, you know, being blessed to be able to have the experience on what's on the other side, and being a person that come from the streets and done so much throughout the streets just trying to survive, I found myself becoming successful, mm-hmm. and then making a mistake that sent me to prison as a full-fledged celebrity. But before, when I was really in the streets doing shit, I was able to get by.
Yeah.
And then even get out and have to slip up and go back again. You know how terrible that was, is having to walk back in the same penitentiary I just walked out of? And you know what's fucked up is that one of the guards the last guard, we never got along. He made it his duty that on my day out to be able to have something to say to me. He was one of them type of motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. And then the motherfucker hit me with the, I would tell you that, you know, good luck, but I'm gonna just tell you, see you when you get back. And I told him, man, fuck you, I'll never be back. and I was right back in the next fucking 6 to 8 months. You feel me? He was the same motherfucker right there with his arms folded, handed me my motherfucking uniform, like, get dressed. I told you I'd see you again. And we end up becoming, I ain't gonna say friends, because you know, I'm in prison, so you ain't a friend. But we had a mutual respect where it was one of those things on my second journey. I think he realized I came in this time to get my mind right, you feel me? So I kind of dedicated my time to, you know, bettering myself and shit, you know what I'm saying? Walking out of prison with a GED and all that good stuff. I did that, you feel me? I got mine, I dropped out of, I never went past the 9th grade, you dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I got that out of prison. I did the GED thing and completed a few more college courses and shit. Like I say, I just kind of mentally got myself in a position where I started understanding that ain't nobody gonna take care of me better than me. I put my career in so many other people's hands, and it is not to say who did what or not, but now it's all on me.